Hello people, right, I said in one of the videos earlier today, Friday the 3rd of April 2020, that I would put together a video about drawing the lines first thing in the morning and how or what I do. I've done numerous ones of these, so please have a look at those as well. But we'll do today's while it's in everyone's mind. If you've watched this suite of videos, as it were, for Friday the 3rd. So what we're trying to do, or what I do, is I draw levels, and you know by now, if you've watched other videos, that the importance I place on highs and lows of recent candles as support and resistance. And I just draw levels on candles that I think may affect price from where it is today. And we've got a monthly, this is a monthly chart, so we do need the monthly low and the monthly high on this current candle, because it's created a wick, and as such some sort of support has been found on that monthly today, this month's candle, April's. And then we need to put levels on the left hand side. Always a support when the price comes down will always be found on the left hand side of your chart, because that's what's forced the price up, as it were. And it will always potentially affect price when it reaches it again, either up or down. So we need support on the low of that candle as well, and we might as well put it on here as we are here now. And this, what I'm doing now, is creating a business plan, if you like, a trading plan for the day. The chart starts off like this, clean every day, doesn't matter what pair I'm at, and I can do this during the day as well. You know, come back, see what pound yen's doing, or gold is doing, or whatever. Do this. For me, it clears my head, it gets me in the zone. We might as well put that one in as well, because that will potentially, being such a strong level, affect price. And that's about it on this chart, really. Don't think I've forgotten anything. No. The thing is with these levels as well, is that, you know, even though they're on the monthly and it looks like a complete mess, when you get down to the 1 minute or 5 minute when you're scalping, you've got huge gaps in between price and the level. So, you know, I talk about trading the gaps, exploiting the gaps. Did I put one on that one there? Can't quite see. Let's get rid of control. And why? No, I didn't. So might as well put one on there while we're here. Get into good habits. So then we can go down to the weekly, and price, you can see the grey line there, so we might as well put a low on the low of this week's candle, because there is a wick. I mean, there'll always be a wick on unless the price is absolutely crashing. But these higher time frames, you're always going to have some sort of wick, top and bottom, most of the time. So we whacked one on there as well. That looks like that hasn't got one on, so yeah, there was one required there. And we might as well put one on the high of this candle as well. And there ain't a lot else likely to affect price. Always look on the left hand side just in case. No, two lows there. Now we might as well put a vertical in there as well, so we know where we are in relation to lows and possible problem areas. So notice when price breaks through this gap, we've got a massive gap going on there, and it still continues there, but where this has created a wick, there is likely to be stuff on the lower time frames, dailies and so on and so forth. So I'll put another vertical on there, and I'll leave that one highlighted so we can tell the difference. You could change the colour of it or something. Oh, we can get rid of these arrows as well. That's just the break of the hourly 8 EMA. On the weekly, actually, it's the 1/3 EMA. Daily, now do the same. These support levels might affect price as the price potentially goes up, because once support is broken, it gets tested as resistance. That's my mantra. Don't really need to do that one if it's not been done, because it's covered by these two. Resistance level on that green candle here potentially will affect price. Once broken, it should get tested as support. Remember the mantra again. Over here, left hand side, we start to need to start taking notice. Resistance broken, support again. Might as well put these two in now. And notice how it's already used that. Resistance acts as support. It's no coincidence, in my opinion. That's what I believe. That's what I trade. Trade what you have taught yourself to believe in. Because you see it repeat so many times. Chart patterns repeat. I'm a great believer in there's no randomness in the markets. Other people will fight till their dying day that there is absolute randomness in the markets. So this is the two verticals that I said we need to keep an eye on. We've already got this covered here, and this sort of stuff is just, it will just mess up your charts now, because there's plenty of, we've already got another swing in there now, so that's not necessarily to be looked at. We might as well put a low on these two. These have been covered. That one there. Because might be tempted to go for the lower one and then get killed by a reversal off of that one. You need to be thorough. You need to practice this. At the end of the day, practice, practice, practice. Now that resistance is below the price. We'll double check that. I'll put one on there, highlight it, and see whether there's anything between it. Sorry, I'm just checking there's no other highlighted. No, so that's quite high up. That's there. So we're on a daily chart. That could quite easily affect price that high. It does coincide with this one here as well, and it's below that one. So but once we've broken that one, potentially price could bounce off of the next one down, so it needed to be on there. Now H4 is very, very significant, because it's got a nice sensible range on it, being an H4 chart. And what do we know when price is here, which it was around here this morning, is it's got to get through these H4 levels before it can go any further. And once it's got through them, it's got to attack that daily low, and then it's got to attack the next daily low, and so on and so forth. So that's why, we've got this massive gap here now. There was nothing else between here and here except this H4 low, and I bet price did bounce on it. So we stick that one on, being on the left hand side, and then I need to stick one on all of these H4 candles here, because when I started this morning it could have gone either way, long or short. No, we don't trade whatever we think. We trade, or I trade, what I can see on my charts. So I might as well have one on that red one because it looks like it's higher there. And something on the low, because they're still active, because they haven't been closed below. Okay, these two need levels on as well, because at the point at first thing this morning they would have affected price. And finally we were inside that little one, I think. There we go. So I had these highlighted in an earlier video, and to see where we could have gone price wise. That's the 4 till, yeah, so that's the 2 o'clock. Remember there's 2 hours difference on my chart. 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. bar. And now you can see we've clearly got a roadmap for our price. There's an H4 low here that needs to be drawn on the chart. And we've got H4 low just to the left. That's I think that's drawn on there. Doesn't matter. It's yeah. Is that it there? No, we need one on there as well. Oops, that went on the wrong chart. I think this mouse is doing my head in. So this is a script that I use. I made it myself. I'm not prepared to share it, or it'll end up on eBay or something. So you know, go to that website called Fiverr and get someone to make it for you. It's only a few lines of code, or get someone on MLQ5, I think it's called, and they'll make it for you possibly. All it does is snap to the bottom and top of the charts, the candles, which saves massive amount of time, and it puts the description, time and level in the descriptor part of the line. So that's it, guys. That's what I do in the morning. Then I drop down to my H1 and I start to draw levels on the H1. I need to stop this video now because it's getting too long, but if you compare this to the previous videos where I've been trading this down, you'll see most of the levels, the big time frame, down to the H4, because I haven't done the H1 on here. You will find them on that on those previous videos of mine. As I say, I don't want to make this one too long because it won't save itself and I'll end up wasting my time again. So that's it. Maybe I'll make a part 2. I'll call this part 1 and we'll see whether I can get a part 2 done later.